guys, so I got a new project going today for the old Bobcat. I found a set of grousers over the tire tracks on Facebook. Oh, I think I gave $600 for them, and they're well used, but they're so expensive to get these things. About a couple of grand, I think, is what they are. And first thing I want to do is, they came off a machine that was identical to mine, same size tires and everything, and so I don't have any doubt they'll fit. But before I fix them up and do anything to them, I'm going to try this one side on it to see if it fits. And I have tried a little section that I have and put it here, so I know it clears this, and there's plenty of room behind the tire. Let's see if they're the right length. I don't know, it looks like they might work. So I'm thinking that's going to fit. It's not all the way seated in there. You can see on these there's adjustment holes that I could lengthen some of these out, and that's what I'll need to do to get that to fit. And it doesn't lack much, so I think we're good to go on these. What I need to do on the other set, a couple of these are broken where they cracked right here, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get some steel stock and weld it across here. I think it's 1/2 by 1/2 inch steel stock, hardened steel. We're gonna weld those on there, strengthen these up, because some of them like this are pretty thick and some are pretty thin. You can see the difference in some of these here. Look at this right here, look how much difference there. We'll fix those up and put them back on. Stay tuned. All right, so let's take these apart to a manageable size. Alright, here's the broken ones. You can see they're cracked right in the middle. It looks like some of these right where the tire is wearing it out, because it used to be across here. Maybe I'll run a bead across those. I don't know that I have to. Look at this. This one here is in really good shape. But I'm thinking that this stuff is not cast iron, it's cast steel. I bought some nickel rod to weld it, thinking maybe it was cast iron. Shoot, I don't know. But I'm going to clean this up, weld it, and then tack some pieces on the bottom. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but I'm going to take this all apart, completely apart.
States, Republicans and Democrats work together to solve problems.
Of those chemicals attributed to the plant's immune system. And what's awesome.
Alright, so this is all the hardware for those tracks, and I did sort out through the bushings what I wanted to keep and the bolts what I wanted to keep. Now the kit that I bought has got, it's got 104 nuts, bolts, and spacers or bushings, and I need a total of 136. So I scavenged out 32 that were good, pretty dang good. Now, they have a good center hole, and the outside is pretty good. It's funny, some of these, I was looking at one right here. It has a good center hole. Look how wore out that is. That is crazy. So, and I did the same thing with these. I only ordered 2 extras of these dog bone things. These 2 are the worst of the whole bunch. There's a whole stack here that are pretty close to being not like new, and there's a stack over here that are varying amounts of wear, and I got to draw the line somewhere. These are $7 a piece. I think I counted, I probably needed, I don't know, 10 or 14 of them, and you know, to get rid of one that had a good hole on one side and one that had a crappy end on it. And I'm just not going to spend any more money on them. I mean, it's going to work fine. I won't be using these tracks. I won't be using the Bobcat every day, like for construction or something. Just have it out at the property. So let's open the box up and let's see what we got. I ordered these. Oh, I did a search online and I found them. Let me see if I can remember where I got them from here in a second. But what's funny about it is the place that I got them from, they just call Grouser, the company, and they get them to direct ship them to me. They're like, this company's like the middle person. They don't ever have to touch it. They don't have to ship it, but they make profit on it. And I did call Grouser initially about the dog bones, and I asked the guy, super nice guy, would they ship those direct to me, and he said they don't do that. So anyway, it went through a third party. This kit here was $250 for 104 pieces. all the bolts. Here's all the nuts. Let's count these nuts real quick. 104, just right. Very nice. All right, I clean these up a little bit. I'm going to put them together. We're going to weld them and see what we got. Definitely acting a little funny. Maybe that's because it's cast. Any of you welders out there, comment on that. Looks pretty clean. Well, that worked good, guys. So let's put the pieces on the bottom side that'll give it a little more strength where it's thin. We'll make those right now. I think I might have said earlier in the video that this was 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch stock. It's not. It is 3/4 of an inch by 1/4. We're going to put it across like this. My original plan was to do that to all of them, but I just don't think I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fix these two. I'm going to check out other grousers for real thin wear, add some to it, and that's it. was able to save quite a few of these links, you know, a handful of these bushings. But some of these links were really bad. Like for instance, well, I bought 4 new ones, and they were about $7 a piece. It cost about $20 to have them shipped. I wasn't going to buy a whole set for this thing. It would have just been crazy. So, like, here's one that's pretty thin. So that's one of the ones I got rid of. Here's one that's passable. This side here is a little big. But, for instance, what do you do with this? This guy here has a great end here. Yep, not so good there. So I think what I'll do is I'll take one of these old ones and cut out part of it to make a new circle and shove it inside. So I'll take this right here, I'll cut a piece out that fits right in there out of this and weld it in. Let's see what we got. Pretty good. Let's see if it'll fit. Yeah, that'll work. Let's weld that in there. That'll work. So here's my plan on these tracks that are wore down. I've got probably 14 of these that I need to repair. Different thicknesses here. And here's the one that I repaired, and I just put it on the bottom. Probably should have done these like I'm going to do these, but those are done. So you can see how thick this is that's not wore out. And then these that are wore out right here. So the plan is I'm going to put this stock right there and weld that in place. And I'm going to do it on all of these on both sides. All right, I think that'll work. I think I'll round off the edges on the top a little bit, smooth it out, and then do 13 more of them. I'm going to need to lengthen this. I'm going to do it on the 3 spots. Lengthen it up because I could not get it together. And I'm thinking the reason it fit before and it won't fit now is taking care of the worn out bushings and whatnot. It tightened it up. And even though on some of the links I made longer, when I put it together, it wasn't enough. So I'm going to start with these 3 and these 3 on this side and then do some adjustments. All right, let's roll it back and forth a few times and see if it loosens up at all. Sure if this spring compressor will work, but let's give it a try, see if it will. Let's take this one here and move it to that hole and see if it'll reach in. It might get to that hole. That works great. Let's go check it out in the dirt. Well, this beautiful little oak tree has got to go away. When I get the cement trucks down here, they have got to come right down this road, and this is going to be a tight fit, so I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to lay it over there toward Miss Benford. So let's get her out of the way and we'll cut this one down and chop it up. We'll save it for some good firewood.